Houston's chasing the game. Make them chase the ball.
Inside Carlo Costley is up by the Dynamo bench. Tally Hall will slice this one forward.
You talk about the first half, there's no one playing with the back to goal. And that stat doesn't go in there, but Danny Mwanga being able to just hold off Bobby Bowser and now get your team forward. It's a little challenge, small challenge. No stat on that, but that's being a center forward.
Union fans hoping to get a call there as Mwanga went down.
Now, in the first half, we talked about being a target. That was Jack McInerney. Now it's Danny Mwanga. He's just a handful. No foul there, but he's a young kid to have the physical tools that he has. You know, JP, in baseball, they say there's a 5-tool player, but Danny Mwanga, if there's such a thing in soccer, he might be like that. Big, strong, fast, scores goals.
And he's in the process of getting his U.S. citizenship, which means he could be eligible to play for the USA. And who's in the building tonight? Jurgen Klinsmann, head coach of the U.S. team. And he's not here to watch Dan. He's here to watch Major League Soccer and see there are a bunch of players here tonight from these two teams. He may give a chance to.
Dangerous free kick from Brad Davis, and we'll touch upon Jurgen and just the excitement surrounding the U.S. national team that I haven't seen in my lifetime.
Davis sending it inside. That's cleared away.
You know, when they went to the quarterfinals of Bruce Arena, we saw the resurgence of that. But Bob Bradley was Bruce Arena's assistant coach. Now there's just a new guy coming in. There's excitement around who's the staff coach, who's the equipment manager, all kinds of things.
There's a lot of questions now.
Exactly. It's an exciting time. Wednesday here in Philly is going to be a big day, U.S.-Mexico.
Headed forward, look out for Ching. He almost had a chance, and there it's blocked. Ryan Ching was there. Inside, that's chipped over. And that ball got to Ching, that could have been 1-1.
Yeah, these long throw-ins, Philadelphia's got to be organized, stay compact, see the play out.
Portion of the match sponsored by PPL Energy Plus, where business gets its energy. Mondragon. Put it in play. Long ball towards Mwanga. Danny fought well for that, got to it, but Houston gets possession back.
Those are little things. Because when your center back see your center forward challenging every kick, it just gives everyone that little extra boost of energy. Well done for Danny.
Freeman. So much ground is covered by Brad Davis, like popping up all over the field. Here's Ash now. Clark, return pass is blocked. McInerney left it. Far fan, there's Davis all over it. Gets some help from Clark.
Michael cannot lose that ball there. Michael Farfan's got to make sure that ball's hit out.
Davis allowed to send that ball in. There's Mondragon seeing the danger, eliminating the danger. Upfield in a hurry towards McInerney. Hino got there first. Davis went down. We knew Houston was going to make a change with Carlo Costley, but he's got another player, Watson, right beside him. So it looks like Dominic Kinnear is going to make a double switch at some point. For the last few minutes, Costley was the only player up. Maybe that's what Houston needs here. Some fresh legs, new energy, new ideas. Davis, he always has ideas. Ash, with his speed, catches up to it. The cross blocked by Williams, but right back to Ash. Unfortunate break for him. And Mondragon snares it. The Ching right there. Mondragon says, that's okay, fair challenge. No problem. No problem.
That's a part of goalkeepers that I love. But Shannon Williams does a good job of forcing Corey Ash to take that ball to the end line. For Reed, Brian changes, tangling feet. Shows a little love.
Coming back the other way, a spin move and a foul. We've got a couple players down the field for Houston. They're going to allow for the substitutions. So we'll see who's coming in and out. Costley will come in. Cam Weaver is coming out. Costley's a very good player, a Honduran international. And they're hoping, he's on loan right now, they're hoping that he will come up big for them. And Colin Clark's number is up as well. And he's going to be replaced by Javon Watson. So that's two changes for Houston. How does that change things?
It's going to be very interesting to see the dynamic of Costley and Brian Ching up front. Big, tall center forwards like Cam Weaver, but what people forget, and they haven't seen Carlo play, is he's got some wheels on him. He can burn that extra, get on that extra gear behind Valdez and Califf. It's a little different than Cam Weaver, so they got to be in communication at all times.
Throw in here.
As for Colin Clark, I thought he had a real good 61, 62 minutes. I might have left him in that.
Philadelphia getting ready for this throw-in. Off Dave Farfan. He'll try to cross it. Now it cuts back on the right foot. The cross comes in there for Mwanga. Headed away by Hano up the middle. Houston comes back with it. Taken away from Ching. But now the long break. The fresh legs of Costley. Chased by Valdez. And Costley makes his debut with that push.
He barely even touched him, but what a heads-up play from Carlos Valdez. And we saw this actually in the season opener when Dominic Oduro was on Houston. He's got underrated speed. He can catch up to you. And Valdez, step for step, and he sets him up here. Center forward's got to understand, Valdez has no intention of playing that ball. Steps right in front. Whether or not Carlo touched him or not, Valdez was going down. Veteran heads-up move.
63rd minute. Mwanga. Nice move to slip away. Mwanga still spins. 3 on him. And he goes down. He's not getting that ball. He's very demonstrative about it. Get that call.
It was unbelievable work from Sebastian Matou. He was ahead of Danny Mwanga when Danny Mwanga goes down. But look at this. When I talk about 5-tool player, look at this. 4 guys around him and boom, see ya. Bobby Boswell has no prayer of catching up to him. But right now, Danny, once he turns the corner, he's got to play the ball in. But the 2 was ahead of Danny Mwanga. Returns, gets a foul. Little things.
Sends it the other way. Caleb. Push back to Valdez. This portion of the match sponsored by Adidas. All passion, all together. On for Michael Farfan. He and Ash together. Michael Farfan breaks away. Looks, slots it inside. McInerney has Mwanga. Another good save for Hall, because again, if he loses that ball, Mwanga that time was there. So Tally Hall doing his best to keep Houston in the game. Recorded as saves, but they're just as good.
But I love the movement right now from Jack McInerney in this second half. He just naturally knows how to be a second forward, make those runs to the corner. Unlucky to not have an assist.
Pass. Davis. Boy, a lot of ins and outs here. Williams staying right with him. Cameron back. Ash. Kano. Right side to Freeman. 65th minute. Union have a 1-goal lead thanks to Jack McInerney's goal. Assist with the Sebastian Matou now has 8 assists on the year. Miglioranti is up. He will become Philadelphia's 3rd final sub as the ball is played across, denied, right up the middle. Ash will get there first. Give and go for Moffitt. Ash trying to slip through. Finds Davis. Blocked. Good play by Valdez. Jimmy wants to get the sub in. McInerney, his day will be done. Good night for Jack McInerney with Miglioranti coming in. And this great crowd will salute Jack McInerney's performance tonight.
Great performance from Jack McInerney, and I would have loved him in the game. I bring in Miglioranti for Paunovic. As Jack was just getting hot, having an understanding of running off Danny Mwanga. Great game from Jack.
Throw in for Cameron. That's it for Love. He's done with the subs. This one goes against Houston.
My only concern with that substitution is now who's up front with Danny Mwanga. You still got 25 plus minutes left in this game with extra time. You got to make sure you don't want to bunker in here.
It's going to have to be Latu, isn't it? Unless he's up there by himself.
Yeah, it's got to be Latu, Michael Farfan, and Paunovic. One of those guys at all times has to be 15 to 10.